Welcome back to the lab. It's Tuesday just after lunchtime. I'm busy fixing the door for that's 1200 there, and a distraction has arrived. Let's see what that is. There's the door that I'm working on. I've just replaced a bunch of stuff in there and fixed a little rust hole, making a new patch panel there, and some of this turned up, and a bit more of that in that bag there. A thing has arrived in here. I need to be a little bit careful. Oh, this is a bad idea doing this one-handed. He says and continues doing it one-handed. Let's see if I can wreck something. Oh look, oh, it's falling out. Ooh, look at that. That's the new one. The new one, sort of. Oh, ripped off, bro. Ripped off. What you guys don't know, is that going to be safe there? I think that's going to be safe there. What you don't know, because I haven't said, is this is really hard doing this one-handed. I must organise some sort of a mount and make sure I don't topple stuff off there. I can't show you. What an idiot. There's a seat in the way. Anyway, there's a Voodoo Pro 2 pre-production prototype type thing hiding underneath there. Just there, see? Just like that. Now don't tell me you want a black one. You can't have one. They technically don't exist. This was done for reasons. It's probably an inside joke actually, because I said something about the Pro, the original Pro. I said I wanted it in black. Not happening. That's the way it is. They are going to be, I think it's called, is it Speed Blue? I think that might be what it is. I'll correct myself in the caption if it's not. So that's the colour they will be. That's production ones. That's pre-production. That's prototype. This is part of the reason why the wiring in this car always looks like it's been fiddled with and it's semi-incomplete and it hasn't really been fully. Some of it has, right? It hasn't really been. Some of it has, and I'll show you an example, and there's a rogue wire there. It hasn't really been fully sealed off and insulated and all that sort of carry on, because it's forever changing. It doesn't go 3-4 months without something happening, something shifting, something changing, as is the case here. Now this, technically the plug's kind of more or less the same as the Pro, but to be specific, they're not the same. You do have to change a few things around, and there's some settings that are different. We've got in the Pro 2, there are now ADIOs. Don't ask me how many. I'm going to put a picture up of all the specs towards the end and get it right, rather than trying to remember off the top of my head when I literally haven't looked at this for a month or so. So with the PDMs, you have ADIOs, analog digital input outputs. Exactly what it sounds like. They can do an analog input, they can do a digital input, and they can do a output, a power output. This has got basically same functionality plus more than what the Voodoo Pro had. The version 2 has more, and it's in the Neo family now, so that it's got more stuff and things. Basically, I'm going to stop babbling, because pretty much what I've got is a kit set. Kit set pre-production, much closer to what you would be buying, but still not the same. There's a couple of things on the boards on this one that are not right, but that's fine. We were testing other stuff and things. So I'm going to take that out. We're going to swap all the bits over into the new case, so that when I take this along to RevCon, which is this weekend on Saturday, it'll be, be very careful or I'll scratch things. Ugh, as he scratches it. There we go. It should be right. It's anodized, so yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? That actually looks nice though. It looks good. That goes actually really well with the silver. Yeah, my preference would have been black, but to be honest, when you put the Speed Blue in there, That is actually my preference. That looks better, what I'm holding. Right, let's go fiddle with it. There we go. We're upstairs in what I call RC lab. There's a bloody rubbish bin in the way down here. So I can't quite sit where I want to sit. And the chair's quite noisy, so you'll have to excuse that. Now what we want to do is take the guts out of there and put it in there. That is, I believe, identical to that, except for the colour. Might be some little LED lensy thingies. We might have to figure out what happens with that. It doesn't really matter, it's just to change the cosmetics of it so that we have the production version of the outside of it as far as when the car is on display. It doesn't really matter what's in the guts of it, which is different to what production will be, or at least functionality wise. This one doesn't do exactly what the other ones, what the real ones will do. So they were good enough. They sent some screws up and even a screwdriver, and we're about to take this apart. I'm not going to show you as I do it. I'll show you bit by bit, stage by stage. But as you can see, what they call the comms board, the panel, I guess, the comms panel, communication stuff. So there's your USB and your GPS is one of those, this one here, I think. And this is for your cable, and one's a CAN output as well, input output dooflicky thingy, CAN connection. As you can see, that is already the, let me change this later on when I realise I've been getting it wrong, the speed blue. Right, so we've got to find some screws in the back here and rip it apart. Are you looking at all the things and going, that's a freaking work of art? Because I am, / was, and didn't want to ruin the moment for you by opening my big mouth and going babble, babble, babble. This is bloody cool. They missed the opportunity. They could have put a little note in here. Oh, we told you not to take this apart, Glenn. There's nothing in there like that. There's 2 more screws somewhere, I believe. Well, obviously there's a few. There's some on these boards that we can assume are holding the boards to the case. Is this one gonna? Yep, there we go. That happened single-handedly. I wouldn't mind a clear case on top of it. It'd be awesomeness. It'd actually go with the whole theme of the lab and all that, wouldn't it? I mean, it just looks so cool. Like, complicated but really simple. For something that does so much, there doesn't appear to be a lot in there. But I guess when you think about modern technology with the size of your cell phone that you may have in your hand right now and how much that can do, it's just the way it is, isn't it? It's all down to the chips and all that sort of carry on. Anyway, enough babble. We'll figure out exactly what we do to get the rest of that apart. Looks like the screws there are those screws there that go all the way through. You should have an anti-static thing on and all that sort of carry on, but we're not that fussed about this particular one. They're actually quite robust now anyway. It's unlikely to hurt it like it would have done back in the day. These are a much stronger, resilient sort of device. Great success. As Borat would say, I've skipped a few steps actually. I've skipped quite a few. It's in there, see? There it is. Yay, and it goes again. Well, still goes rather. See, because it weed on the floor. Ethanol, heaps of water in the exhaust. Run it, bleh, wet floor. But I swapped over the little doofers for the LEDs, just here. I'll have to manipulate my way around the roll cage. There you go, see? Swap those over. That's actually really easy to do. The board on this, it says the Ethernet isn't working. I'm not sure why the Ethernet cable was in the car. I thought it did work, maybe. I joked about them putting some notes for me in there, and they did. There was some notes on the back, and they weren't for me specifically, but on the back of the board, just with a label maker thing saying this is that, and that's this, and blah blah blah. All private stuff and things, commercially sensitive, maybe, who knows. But one of them was the Ethernet wasn't working. But why would that be in there if it didn't go? Perhaps it didn't go earlier and it does go now. Or perhaps I just put that in there assuming it would work and have never plugged into it and haven't figured out that it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't need to be in there, but then it's good to have it in there to show that these are supposed to have Ethernet on them, like the Wi-Fi aerial. I think that goes. Not sure. Like I say, this one's pre-production, so don't worry about all that stuff and things. It'll all work on the real ones. I should maybe tidy up this a little bit, shouldn't I? Make it look prettier. Yeah. There's still some more cleaning to do. I gave it a blast with the air gun. It's heaps better just giving it a smash over with the air gun. There's still some parts of it are rather dusty. I have, or dirty as it might say here, I have till Friday. No, I don't. Thursday. I'm busy Friday. So it's got to be done. Oh, it's got to be done tomorrow. Tomorrow? I don't even know what day it is now. All right, it's basically good to go on the trailer. I was all confused about the Ethernet cable, which you'll see is back in there. It does work. So it must have earlier in its life, the board that's in that computer, the Ethernet didn't work, and it does now, so yay. The Wi-Fi also works, so that aerial is in there as well. And of course the USB cable also works, but there's no sense in having that in there as well. That would never be in there if I was out and about racing on the track. That would only ever be there for this, to demonstrate that it's got it and you can use it, or if I was actually using it. So we're good to go. Mostly it's pretty clean. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, so I'll leave the poor thing in here. I'll load it up tomorrow and get it down to RevCon. Might see you there. Thanks for watching. Cheers, boy.